Today what we are planning to understand about our new product, which is called as ACCRE 8, which is an entry-level chemiluminescence immunoassay analyzer, purely. Now, see, we have planned this kind of training program because, from Peerless, we are basically a distributor-oriented organization. And you being our associate, you being our partner in the field, we expect and we assume you have started the initial promotion for this product. Now, initial promotion makes a lot of change in the promotion, right? The moment you place it in front of customer, how you are placing it, how you are discussing the first initial discussion along with the customer, how you are positioning the product, and where you are positioning the product, it makes a lot of changes. I mean, it decides ultimately whether we can close the deal or sometime whether we cannot close the deal. So understanding of the product from the initial level and from the initial promotion is very crucial. That's what we felt. So that is the objective that we thought that let us share our ideas and let us share our product details, more on product information with you and some competition information. Here, once we discuss the competition information, please take it positively because, while discussing, I shall have no intention to degrade any competition. All the products are great. All the products are good in the industry. Everyone is doing good. Every company tries to show their benefit, why they are better than others. That's the same way we are going to do it. So please take it positively. And if you have any question, please keep it in your mind or please write in a piece of paper in front of you so that at the end of the presentation, while the question answer session will be there, you can clarify your doubts. So with that, I am starting the presentation. Now, this is ACCRE 8 we call ACCRE 8 sometime. So the proper pronunciation will be ACCRE 8. It is an entry-level CLIA analyzer. Entry-level CLIA analyzer means that while a customer is having lesser workload, not a very high workload, and a mix-up workload. Say, for example, a customer or an user who is having workload of 12 to 15 or 15 to 20 tests per day with multiple test mix-up. Multiple test mix-up means, say he is having or she is having some gynecology test, some cardiac test, some endocrinology test like T3, T4, TSH, and all mix-up tests. They don't have very huge workload, whereby they can consume 100 tests or 200 tests of thyroid in a month. It goes, it goes 2-3 months to finish 100 tests. So these kind of customers who want to automate their laboratories, who want to automate their systems, for them, ACCRE 8 will be perfect choice. Here we will discuss more about the positioning of the product in the upcoming slide. So this is just an understanding before we start. Yes, during that process, we have to face different competition, different companies, and we have to overcome the hurdles one by one. That's the process of any sales. We'll do that also. Now, first to begin with, we are going to discuss about the instrument details. So in first few slides, how I'll try to explain you different parts of the analyzer so that you know the analyzer. Then we'll discuss the reagent segments, that is the cartridges. Then we'll discuss about, the application of those cartridges a little bit, and then competition and market information. So this is the comprehensive presentation for this. Now to move forward, we call the name ACCRE 8. There is a reason why the name ACCRE was kept. ACCRE, the first A for is called as accurate. We consider the instrument to be quite accurate because it is based on real CLIA. Real CLIA means it is not a card-based immunochromatographic CLIA. Okay, it is a real CLIA analyzer. The traditional CLIA, what we know usually, what you remember possibly Lilac once upon a time they started their activities by popularizing CLIA over ELISA. So that there are different multiple steps, okay, multiple steps of mixing antigen, antibody, then followed by washing, then mixing the substrate. There are almost 10 to 12 to 14 steps during CLIA procedure. The same will be followed over here. So it is not a shortcut. It is not a card-based one. It is a real CLIA analyzer. So that's why we call it ACCRE, because the technology is innovative and really a CLIA technology. And then it is a convenient. One side, it is a real CLIA. Another side, it is on cartridge based. In a cartridge based means you need not to have a micro titer plate, or you need not to mix outside, wash outside, or do the processing outside, or do anything which will contaminate the tray. It is in a single cartridge. So everything happens in a cartridge still one by one. That will show. So that a technician also can handle this technology. Need not to have a very, very high level trained pathologist or very trained technician, which is generally required for, open CLIA or open ELISA method. It is a very easy method to perform, and just plug and play and keep the test, test type on the tray and perform the test. That is what it is required. So it is very convenient. Anyone can handle this. Number three is C for consistent. It is consistent because if you see the reproducibility is less than 5%, and you'll be happy if you run the same test continuously. The results are very reproducible. So we call it consistent. We call it rapid because it is very quick. I'll explain you. You will understand it is much quicker than even Maglumi and Minividas and many other instruments which is following the CLIA methodology. You can do troponin I even in 15 minutes. So this is a kind of facility which you can do thyroid even in 25 minutes for a single patient. So like that. So it is a pretty rapid. And then at last, economical. Economical means I don't want to mean that the cost per test is low or the machine price is low. What we want to mean, as a package over a period of 5 years, the cost of ownership of the product, the cost of ownership, that means the purchase cost of the machine, the running cost of the machine, the expenditures done for different consumables, all put together. If you see the running cost of the machine or the ownership of the machine for a period of 5 years will be quite appealing to the customer. So that is the way we will promote the product. Our field staff also will promote the product in that fashion. So that's why we call it ACCRE. Now going next, I'd like to show you different parts of the machine. This instrument is having 15.6-inch touchscreen, which is very appealing. It's quite a big touchscreen in front, and the full operation can be done by touchscreen itself. You can save 2 lakh results inside the instrument, and it has a built-in Levy Jennings chart for quality control management. And we have built-in printer, which will give you the printout. Yes, if you want your customer wants a smaller printout, they can get it. If they want a bigger printout in their letterhead or something like that, we can connect the machine, connect the printer along with the machine, and we can take a printout through LAN. Multiple options are available, which your technical team can do. So in front there is a switch light. That means once you switch on, the light will glow. The light will glow green, and the reaction chambers are here in a flat platform. I'll show you the reaction platform in a better way in the coming slide. And it has 6 channels. 6 channels means 6 tests can be done simultaneously. I'm repeating, 6 tests can be done simultaneously. But yes, there are some limitations. There are some protocols that I will show in the technical details. Okay. And the switch is here in the front side also. We can make 24-hour standby. The moment they touch it once again, it can restart. So it is not a very big instrument. Half a medium-sized computer table or a small computer table, medium-sized computer table is good enough to place the instrument. It's not a very highly heavy machine, like the weight is 42 kgs. And as we said, 1 module and 6 channels are there, and maximum throughput of 36 tests per hour if 10 minutes protocols are followed in the machine. So that is what it is. 10 into 6, that is 30. I mean 6 into 6 tests per batch. That is 36 tests per hour. That is the protocol we follow. Going more in the details a little bit. So this is a benchtop and compact entry-level chemiluminescence immunoanalyzer, as we said. And apart from that, it is quite easy to operate. The operation is very easy, as I said. No additional cost or no extra consumables. That is a most key factor while we promote the machines, this instrument. So I repeat, there is no additional cost or no extra consumable within the machine. Like in CLIA, many companies, they quote cost per test. They quote cost per test, but there are some hidden costs like, like buffer, like diluent, like sample pre-diluent, like quality control, like calibrator. There are multiple things which customers has to purchase separately, that while selling, no one says. But here, what we are providing is along with everything. I'll show you in the reagent segment once I show you the real photographs. But they need not to purchase anything extra. What we are offering here is called as CPRT, cost per reportable test, not the cost per test. So this is a very important part to understand. What, as our initial first level of promotion to you, we would like to tell you this part first, because then only the things will go forward, right? And the maintenance cost is absolutely nil almost, because we offer more than 600 days MTBF. MTBF means mean time between failure. That means the machine is rigorously tested. This MTBF is a very new term for you, it may be, but it's in cheap industry and in IC industry. MTBF is a very known term. For a diagnostic, not so known term. So that means between two hardware failure, the average time of so many machines after testing is found as within 600 days, hardware will not betray at all. See, say for example, you must be knowing that ELISA washer generally goes very well. So ELISA washer MTBF is generally high because ELISA washer don't have any liquid channel within. So MTBF of ELISA washers are very high. Similarly, this instrument, the MTBF is high. Higher the MTBF, stronger and sturdier is the product. So that is the objective of declaring and claiming the MTBF in paper and in the brochure. Now, in terms of reagents, it's a single dose package. I mean, single reagent cartridge, ready to use, nothing to do, just place it in the analyzer. The chemiluminescence technology is there, all in one design, and so no consumable, and 10 to 40 minutes detection time. Some assays are there which are 10 minutes detection time. Some assays also there which is 40 minutes detection time. So there are multiple, it depends on the parameters. I'll show you in the coming time. Going into the more details. Now, if you see the ACCRE reagent, it is excellent as CLIA. What reagent we are using? We are using ALP APS5 chemiluminescence substrate. As you know, all the companies like whatever, like YHLO, whether you say YHLO, whether you say Mindray, whether you say Maglumi, all the companies once they promote their product, the first thing they focus what type of substrate they are using, because many companies, some uses ruthenium substrate like Roche. So there are some benefits of each substrate. There are some disbenefit of each substrate. Here in ACCRE 8, we are using ALP APS5 substrate. I'll describe what is the benefit of this. So this is a novel substrate, new substrate, and it is really helpful, and it has certain advantages. So that ALP APS5, how it is helping the assay to be better, we will explain that one. It's an excellent reagent performance is there, and we are following nanomagnetic particle separation. That is, in CLIA, washing takes a very important step. Not only in CLIA, even in ELISA also, washing takes a very important step. If the washing is not proper, unbound antigen or antibody, if they are not separating, then the final result is not reproducible, final result is not correct. So that type of situation happens. So magnetic particles are used here to do the proper separation of unbound antigen or unbound antibody, whatever we want to throw it out. So washing protocol is extremely good. So this is what is another benefit. So that's why, though it is basically enzymatic CLIA, we call it enzymatic CLIA, but the separation method is called as magnetic separation protocol. So sometimes this is known as MCLIA or magnetic CLIA. Some people calls it as a magnetic CLIA, some people calls it as a enzymatic CLIA. Both is correct. The original technology is enzymatic CLIA, but the separation method or washing protocol is followed by nanomagnetic particles. So we call it as a magnetic CLIA also. It is originally CLIA, but still the most interesting part is that it is easy to operate just as point of care machine. Because of its single dose cartridge and ready to use nature, it avoids the cross contamination and it offers a short turnaround time. In the next slide, I'll explain how it offers short turnaround time. All-in-one design, so no consumable, no extra cost. Okay. Now going ahead about novel substrate, what I was discussing with you just now, that is ALP APS5 substrate. Okay, this has certain very specific benefit. So ALP is called as a label. Okay, that is alkaline phosphatase, and APS, the full form of APS is adenosine 5-phosphosulfate. Adenosine 5-phosphosulfate. So that is a full name of APS5, right? Now the APS5 is having some benefits. The first benefit is that if we are using APS5 substrate, the incubation time is very small. You can see the graph. Here the graph, we are showing it here actually. Even in 10 minutes, the signal comes. This is called RLU. The signal in chemiluminescence is called as RLU. RLU full form is relative light unit or relative luminescence unit, whatever you say. Okay. So like our biochemistry, we measure absorbance or OD, correct? In CLIA, we measure RLU, that is relative light units. So more the light unit, that means the better is the signal. So the benefit of APS5 is here. Number one, it does a quick reaction. So short light emitting time. So very quickly it starts emitting the light. Once it starts emitting the light, it can get detected easily. Number two is a strong RLU signal intensity. That means the moment it starts emitting the light, very quickly within a minute or so, the intensity of luminescence of light increases like anything, and it goes around 500 to 600 RLUs, depending on the concentration of the sample. Of course, if the concentration of sample is higher, the intensity will be higher, but the lower concentration, it will be even up to 500, 600. So very quickly, the strong RLU signal comes, which is very easy to detect. So what happens? What is the benefit in that case? Number one, the incubation time becomes smaller. Number two, the smallest amount of antigen antibody presence in the blood or serum can be detected. So the sensitivity of each kit becomes very good. Say like for example, we have one high sensitive troponin I. If you find our high sensitive troponin I, the sensitivity is 0.005, which is extremely good. And the timing is also very less. So in 15 minutes, you are detecting even 0.005, 5 unit of troponin I, which shows the incubation is low, but quicker and strong RLU signal. And another benefit is that long duration. Even if the result is taken later, like in a good biochemistry kit, if the color stability is good, so like that here the luminescence stability is very good. So after some time also, if you take the result is going to be same. So that is the another benefit. So that's why we say long duration and better light stability. So that's why this is better than traditional AMPPD substrate, which is used in multiple CLIA at present time. So APS5 is a better substrate. That's what we will claim. And being our partner in the field, I would request you to focus this point. And while you discuss with your customers, you please stress on this point, which will really help you to make the customer understand why it is better than few other analyzers. Now, in the next slide, we have opened the machine and we are trying to show you what is there inside. This is the real infrastructure of the machine. and you can see there is no liquid path inside. That is a very good point, because no liquid path inside, the reason, for that reason, the hardness, the sturdiness of the machine is more higher. Like say, for example, I was giving the example of ELISA washer, because there was no process, I mean, no liquid path much in the washer. So what happens? The stability of the instrument goes years after years. Similarly, the same is true for this machine. The liquid path is very nominal over here. It just processes it. And the pumps and all this what we used are really great quality. Like if you see the minimum tubings, what is there from ACCRE, and many of the pumps which is used, these are the tubings are from Tiger, and the pumps which is used are from ACCRE. So those are good quality spare parts which is used inside the machine, which once you see, I am assuring you, you will like the sturdiness of the product. You will have a feel good feeling once you get that. Now, apart from that, this is the integrated and sample washing part, and this is the reaction and incubation module which is in front of you, right? And I'll not go into details of specifications. You can have a look that, as it says, the specification what I discussed as of now, the same thing I have to repeat, nothing new. So this is the specification. But one point I'd like to say, in our many samples, you can perform whole blood mode. Like troponin I, PCT, you can perform in a whole blood mode, which is not possible in many CLIA of the similar segment or many immunoassay analyzer of similar segment. I'll explain the while I show the comparisons to you. Now next, I'd like to go for the reagent packs. Okay, that what are there we are providing in the reagents, because this is important for you also while you are sending the product to the end users. Once you really purchase the things and you forward the things in distribution. So this is a PCT kit. Along with this kit, we provide reagent cartridges, okay, which is packed in a black colored tray. Like this, based on the pack size, if it is, there are 10 packs, 10 tests in each box. So like that, if it is 60 test pack, we are providing 6 this type of black boxes. Inside that, the reagent cartridges are there. At present, we have 60 test box pack, but in coming time, for few parameters, we are planning to have 36 tests also. Say for vitamin D, vitamin B12, those parameters, customers may not have a very high workload. So for that, smaller pack size will go well. That's what is our understanding. We provide a calibration code. This is a master calibration card. Okay, so which is pasted on the inside the kit. And again, we provide the registration QR code. In the registration QR code also, from there, it helps to get the calibration data. Calibration get registered. And then we provide the calibrator and quality control along with the kits. We provide 3-level calibrator and 2-level quality control. That is level 1, level 2, and the kit inside. Now you can ask me, already you are providing calibration code. Then why you are providing extra calibrator? Actually, in ELISA or CLIA, you need to do minimum 5 to 6 point calibration, correct? You all know that, and that should be done in duplicate, which will take you around 6 to 12 tests in normal cases. But generally, people don't want to spend that much, because they have to form the calibration curve while they do the calibration. Sometimes it takes time, sometimes it is not so convenient. So what the manufacturer is doing, they are first providing a calibration code. In the calibration code, once you scan it with a barcode, we are providing the barcode along with the instrument. Once you scan it, it takes the barcode, the calibration curve inside. It has taken the calibration curve. But now you do not know whether the factory calibration curve which is provided, whether it is correct or not, right? Because it's the initial calibration curve. While the kit was manufactured, that time it was prepared. So sometime in the transit or something may have happened. The things may not be fine 100%. So we need to validate the calibration curve. Now to validate the calibration curve, what we are doing, we are running 3 calibrators and we are matching with it with the master calibration curve. Once it is matched with the master calibration curve, instrument will accept the original calibration curve or plot a little new calibration curve based on the master curve. And then the further testing can be done. So this is the original protocol followed for the calibration. And it is a very proper protocol which is very evaluated and very properly done. And then we are providing the quality control. If you want to run quality control and validate the assay that whether the calibration is fine or not, results are fine or not, you can always run the quality control and see. We are providing it from our side. Whether you are going to do it or not, that's your customer's wish to do. And apart from that, we are providing the disposable tips. So this is the disposable tips along with extra. It comes as an extra box along with our original kit. Okay. Some parameters say for like vitamin D, you need to have sample diluent, right? Pre-diluent it calls, because you need to dilute the samples. In those cases, in some cases where the sample diluents are required, we know it. So we are going to provide the sample diluent along with that. And as I said, quality control comes like this. So all the required things are provided along with the kit, along with the offer what we are proposing to you. Now, going forward, this is the configuration, this is the instrument, and this is the incubation chamber, waste box, and tip rack. And all we are using the uniform tip. That means the same tip will be used for all the tests like T3, T4, TSH, AMH, troponin 9. So tips are not different. Some other companies, they have different tips for different assays. They have to, customer has to keep a different inventory. As a distributor, you also may need to keep a different inventory. Here it is not like that. Kits are similar for all the assays. So there is no problem. So this is without the test. And now you see, once we keep the reagents, the cartridges on the tray, it looks like something like this. I'll show you more details of the reagents now. So as we said, it is a single dose package. Just 1 minute. Yeah, as you see, it is a single dose package and ready to use. And it is an integrated reagent strip design. Integrated reagent strip design means everything is in a single reagent cartridge. In next slide, you'll see all these diluent, all the wash solution and antibodies, substrate, everything is inside that. You need not to do anything extra. Okay, so no consumables are needed. Pack size 60 tests per kit and calibrators are included. Okay, so I'll go forward, and you see this is the real cartridge. And what we always say that it is first is the sample well. Here the technician has to put the sample. Our all test uses 75 microliters serum or whole blood, depending on the application. That is a one part good. And these are the kit information and barcode of the kit. Okay, and there is the reading well. Okay, you should not invert the kit. Once you are supplying, you should not invert the kit. The kit should be kept like this. There is a reason. I'll show you. And this is the original kit, original cartridge. And once you see the cartridge properly, you can see it like this. I'm clicking next. Have a look. So here it is the sample well. It is the handle from where they can handle. And here the labeled antibody, which is the antibody coated with ALP, alkaline phosphatase. Here the nanomagnetic particles are provided inside the cartridge, and few are free because during the multiple steps of washing, the free things are required. And for multiple assays, multiple cuvettes may be required. Now here wash solution are provided into these 3 cuvettes and into the cartridge. And here the APS substrate is provided at the last part 1. And at last, the reading well. So this is the full cartridge which contains everything. So sample well is 75 ml, as I say. Okay. So 75 ml sample is only required. So I'm going forward. One thing is, as a distributor, you need to take care. that we have seen that, these are, one thing is that this is a gel-based nanomagnetic particles there. So there is no much problem, but the manufacturers suggest do not shake it too much before the use. So that is important. But by the way, once we send, and in India, once we send the things by logistics, things will be ups and downs. No one can control this. So our recommendation is that keep it in your fridge for a day and then supply it to your customers. That's all. And once the customer get it, then also they should preferably keep it for a day and they should use it. So that's a kind of betterment to do it. But in our internal evaluation, we found 3-4 hours is good enough to stabilize the magnetic particles. So it is not a big issue at all, right? So it's just a safety precaution what we are taking. So the reagent cartridge feature, as I said, it is chemiluminescence and alkaline phosphatage and APS5 substrate is there. Nanomagnetic particles are there for separation. Assay time is 10 minutes to 40 minutes. It's not 35-40 minutes for vitamin D. The stability is 12 months storage life, and shelf life for some parameters. There are 18 months also, many parameters. 4 to 8 weeks of calibration validity time, and 3-point calibration are requested, which can be done in duplicate. And manual pipetting for the sample. Only the manual part is that you have to mix the sample in the cartridge. That's all, nothing else. The storage is important. The storage is 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. This is not our room temperature kit, but don't freeze it. Freeze it means don't keep it in the deep freezer. That is not correct. But don't freeze it. Keep it at 2 to 8. Temperature is important for any CLIA kits all over the world. That you also know, we are also going to follow it. So for that, we are providing extra cooling pack, cool packs along with our all consignments to you. So normally for biochemistry, whatever the number of cool packs we could keep, for this almost double number of cool packs, we have decided as our SOP. That is, the standard operating protocol that will provide extra cool packs along with that. So you also should follow the same thing. Once in hot summer, you are sending it to your customers from your side to your customer side. So that's all. Now, going to the main interface of the machine, it's a very easy to operate. This is a software. This screen is a software screen, what I'm showing you. So this first is that number 1, there is a test button, sample test button. Number 2 is the calibration button. Number 3 is a QC button. Number 4 is the search button. Number 5 is setting. Setting is to be done mainly by our teammates, not by the customers much. And the number 6 is exit. And this is the main area of testing, right? So it is a very easy to test. Once you see, you will understand, not much difficult. Now, going to the promotional materials, we have our brochures and we have our videos to promote the product to our customers. So which you can take it from our field team members, and it's available in YouTube also, by the way, the video. Now in the brochure, whatever I discussed just now, the first page is the instrument photo and the basic features. And in the inside page, once you turn off the page, it shows the why it is excellent as CLIA, as I described you just before some time in the presentation, and why it is good as point of care also. Though it is the original CLIA, but it suffices the purpose as a point of care so that a technician level person also can use, because our objective is providing this machine to the small nursing homes, small, not only big labs, small nursing homes, where the gynec nursing homes or a small cardiac partners where they don't have a very big laboratory setup. Getting a very experienced professional technician is difficult for them. So in a doctor's clinic where they have endocrinology practice, they want to automate, they have a good workload, they want to do it quickly. So for all those cases, we want to do it. So that's why it must be easy to use. So that is what we've done. Assay procedure is explained in down. That is a 4-step assay procedure. And then in the right side of the inner page, the details of the instrument. I have discussed with you everything. And the last page, test panel is discussed. I'll discuss in more details with you. Just have a look on the promotional video. After the promotional video, I'll discuss the more important parts about test details and all those, so that you can understand and promote very properly in front of your user. Okay, I'm running the video. I hope you'll be able to listen the sound. Just a minute. steps, how it is processing. Mixing sample with nanomagnetic particles and mixing the antibodies ALP coated, then aspirating from that cuvette and taking it into wash solutions and doing the washing P levels and throwing out the unnecessary unbound antigen or antibodies, then mixing it with the substrate and taking the reading. So that's the fourth step. Gel-like magnetic field design. A little bit of shaking will not disturb. Just now I have discussed all these points with you, that why it is excellent as CLIA and why it is easy as point of care. And how APS5 substrate is going to be used by short incubation time and great signal, better sensitivity. That is the objective. So I hope through this video you got an idea, and this video is very much available with us. Please feel free to ask from your field team members who is associated with you, or you can directly send it to me also. Right now, regarding the main USPs, that is unique selling points. So what we say that 30% size of traditional CLIA machine, it's a small footprint machine, not a very big footprint like a traditional CLIA. It doesn't need a very big space to procure in a medium-sized labs. So the cost per test may be higher than the traditional CLIA, but the cost of ownership of the machine is actually 50% of the traditional CLIA instrument. And it has a robust instrument design because no liquid path, innovative and integrated design for magnetic separation and pipetting system. And it is a mechanical movement, is very simplified, so the trouble of the machine is lesser. And it is a very easy to use, so it can be used as a point of care analyzer. Now I'll go into more details of instrument operation, how to do the operation little bit. I'll not touch much because you may need not to know it in detail, but to give you an idea, it's a very simple idea. Just add the sample and load. Very simple to operate by a technician. Just take the micropipette, take the sample from the sample vial, and pipette it inside the cartridge in the sample position and place it in the tray, cover the lid. That's all. Then go to the software. In software, you click, switch on the test interface. That is a software part. Select the test channel. This is the first test area. Means you have to click it here first. Then the second click. Select the the cartridge, whatever you want to do. In that cartridge, put the patient information, keep the patient information, and just click on load. And after load, select the sample type, just click start. And it will show the timing over here. That's all. So this many number of clicks, 5 to 6 clicks, people can start the test and finish the test. They need not do anything. They can do other works. That's all. Now, what are parameters available? The major parameters which is available is provided in the brochure. There we have a 3 color codings. Blue color is mentioned as available. Green is coming soon. We are applying for the license, and black color is in development. Currently, we have 26 parameters. Out of 26 parameters, we have thyroid panel, TSH, T3, T4, free thyroid, T3 and free T4. In anemia panel, we have vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is very unique. Please understand one part that many companies does not provide vitamin B12 in a cartridge mode. So this is a very high need in the market at this moment. Maybe it can be a very key promotional point while you promote it to your customers. We have folate, we have ferritin, we have vitamin D also. Now vitamin D also having in cartridge based analyzer, it's rare. Yes, it may be available in Maglumi and in the Siemens and many other models, but the problem is that they need to take a big pack size and they may not have a high quantity of vitamin D and vitamin B12 sample load. So after 1 month, because all those kits are having 1 month open vial stability, they don't know what to do with that kit. So sometimes they don't buy it. They avoid doing vitamin B12 and vitamin D, though they have a good CLIA analyzer in their lab. So that can be one wing in front of you that someone can purchase this for these two very specific parameters. AMH is also not available in many cartridge-based machines. And AMH, our fertility panel is very strong. AMH, LH, prolactin, FSH, progesterone, testosterone, estradiol, that is E2, total beta HCG, and few parameters are going to come. Cardiac panel also, we are not weak, we are pretty strong. At present, we have HS troponin I, that is high sensitive troponin I, and normal troponin I, the sensitivity will differ. And we are going to launch HS troponin T very soon. We have applied for the license for this, and we are having BNP and NT-proBNP, CKMB, myoglobin, HFABP, and D-dimer. And we have applied for license for PLA2 and ST2. These are not so common in India, by the way, but troponin T, the moment we launch, it becomes great for you, great for us, actually. We are working on that. And in inflammation, we have PCT, that is procalcitonin T for sepsis marker. We are going to have IL-6 and IgE very soon. And we don't have TORCH at this moment. We are applying for license of tumor markers because we feel tumor markers also has a good market. And few other infectious diseases will come at the last because infectious disease licensing is pretty complicated in India. So it will take a little more time to launch. So that's what is the comprehensive test panel. Presently 26, very soon another 11 to 12 will be launched. So at this moment 26 also not bad, can be worked out. So please have a focus on this. And I'd like to say, as I said, our instrument is having 6 channels. And these 6 channels, you cannot run all tests together as you want. Okay, there is a protocol. Okay, the protocol is something like that. Like say, my name is Prashanjit. I want to run my T3, T4, TSH, FT3, FT4 together. Can I run? Yes, I can run. Right? So this 6 test is done for me. Now I want to run my T3, T4, TSH, and at the same time, I want to run my, say, vitamin D, vitamin B12, and troponin. Can I run? No, we cannot do. So there is a rule, there is a protocol. In the next slide, I'll try to explain you what is the protocol the instrument is following, which will help you in promotion. This is a very key point, and you need to understand while you are promoting the product to your end users. Now, this is the screen. Here, if you see, our multiple parameters in cardiac, very specifically, it takes 15 minutes time. Like many parameters in gynec panel, fertility, also take 15 minutes. And here also it takes 15 minutes. But you cannot do all this together because there are different steps inside, because mixing, timing, incubation timing is differently, right? Internally in the cartridge. You may not understand. As a total, it may be 15 minutes, but internal steps, there is a difference. That's why we have made 8 protocols. This is the 8th protocol. You have to choose the test for a single patient. Like say, for Prashanjit, you can run HS troponin I, C troponin I, BNP, NT-proBNP, and CKMB together. Now, for me, you can run HS troponin I, C troponin I, and BNP, but in another patient, you can run same test or different tests like NT-proBNP, CKMB, and myoglobin. That is possible. Say for a lady, you want to run beta HCG and AMH. You have to run it separately. Beta ECG will be taking 15 minutes, and the AMH and T3, LH, PRL, FSH will take separately 15 minutes. All the passes like that. All the companies follow the almost similar protocol. We also follow the similar protocol. But one thing is good in thyroid, we have all protocols together. In Minividas, if you compare, again, I'm telling Minividas is a great machine. My objective is not showing anyone down or anyone better. My objective is to show the disadvantage of few traditional instrument whereby it's a new analyzer. What is the benefit over here? So though Minividas has a 12 channel, then also you will find Minividas you cannot do T3, T4, TSH, FT3, FT4 together. So it will take more time. But here you can do it in 25 minutes, everything. Minividas takes 40 minutes for all the assays. Okay. Now, for 23 minutes, it takes for progesterone, testosterone, and E2. Few parameters like folate, vitamin B12, and vitamin D, it takes longer time, 28, 35, and 40 minutes in our present available parameters. Balance parameters will come soon. That time we'll update you more. Okay, so this is the important part. You can take a screenshot if you are ready to promote. This will help you to promote your customers better. Okay. Now, this machine is developed by a company called Tyson and marketed in India by UFO. Initially, once we have seen this instrument, then also we thought, let us validate the instrument before promoting to all of you. Because being Peerless, a responsible organization, we have a responsibility to provide our product to you, which we take the ownership, right? Whoever is the manufacturer. So that's why we evaluated the instrument in Clinical Lab in Delhi. We ran the test against E411 of Roche, where we found more than 95% around correlation, which is pretty good. You can see the correlation of beta is 97%, vitamin B12 also 96.23%. Those are good. Actually, we consider in immunoassay. And we have done in Chettinad Hospital in Chennai. You must be knowing that Chettinad Hospital in Chennai is a very big hospital. There they have one Access 4 of Beckman and Access 2 of Beckman. They perform the assay multiple tests in that machine, and we have given the machine over there for a period of almost more than a month. We continuously did the evaluation. The correlation is also pretty good. This is a real correlation curve. What we got, I have just cut and pasted over here. That's all we have done it. So you know, the things are good. That's what I can say. Now, regarding the immunology market in India and competition, which is very crucial at the last to end with. For your information, whether you know or don't know, you must be knowing the immunology market in India is pretty big at this point. The market is around 4,223 crore in 2021. This is a data which we have taken from medical buyer called Adimedia Research. And in that immunoassay market, immunology market, CLIA and FIA market, that is FIA means fluorescent immunoanalyzer, bank of like Minividas is based on FIA technology. That market contributes 68.27% of the overall immunology business. So the market is not small, market is pretty big. Now, in market regarding the similar competitive machine, we cannot compare this instrument along with Maglumi or say Siemens or Roche, because those are high-end analyzers. This is an entry-level analyzer. So we can compare this instrument with bioMérieux's Minividas and Tosho's AIA 360. These two models, what we have done. So we found in our research that in 2022, bioMérieux has sold almost 250 units of their Minividas, and Tosho has sold around 190 to 200 units. These are minimum figures. Believe me, they may have sold more. This is the minimum data what we got. Maybe they have sold few more or double, I don't know, but this is a minimum sure shot data. So the total market segment is approximately minimum 440, 450 analyzers per year. Our expectation is very nominal. We expect to do 100 units in the first year, nothing great. We seek your help, your cooperation, your promotion in this. We are there to support you as much as possible with our limited, manpower and with unlimited knowledge, whatever is possible, we'll try to do it. But before that, we will show some comparisons to you. We have compared these two machines with, our instrument with bioMedio, Spinividas and Tosho's AI360. All are 36 test throughput analyzer. Yes, bioMinividas and our instrument is batch analyzer, whereas AIA360 is random access. You must be knowing AIA360 is pretty expensive analyzer, not very cheap. Methodology, our methodology is CLIA, and these two analyzer is based on fluorescent assay. There can be a big debate that whether CLIA is better or fluorescent is better. Don't know. You are all technically very sound people who are attending this session. I say both is good, both is sensitive enough to serve the purpose of our customer levels need. So both is great. That's what I would like to say. Now, separation technology, all has their own technologies. Everyone say I am best. So additional consumable here, it plays an important role. We don't have any additional consumable, believe us. Whereas in Minividas, they have to take a PM kit, like pipette tips and all those things. And in AIA360, there are multiple consumables, what we found in our studies. You have to purchase wash buffer, pre-diluent, diluent, then sample cups separately, which increases the cost per test very high. That's the discomfort for the customers. Okay, so that's the problem. Now, here in the next 2 pages, we have shown the comparison in very detail. Again, you can take a screenshot of the same thing, and we'll share the presentation with you. Our teammates can give this presentation. You can again go through. But where I would like to focus and point out here, while you compete with where bioMedio is competing along with you, is number one is poor compatibility between parameter leads to inconvenience. bioMedio is a great analyzer, but it is developed almost quite a long back. Now they have launched new machines called Cube, but that's an expensive analyzer. That's a 4 slots are there. But Minividas per se is a pretty old analyzer. So different kits have developed in a different time. So the protocols of different tests are different. Like say, for example, say for Prashanjit, you want to run TSH, T3, T4, FT3, FT4. It requires 3 independent channels. Why? Because the protocol of TSH and T4 is same, but it is FT3, FT4 and T3 protocols are different. And again, FT3 and FT4 protocols are same, and T3 protocol is different. So for me, in one channel, you have to run TSH and T4. For another channel, you have to run FT3 and FT4. For Minividas, this thyroid panel takes 40 minutes. So in 2 channels you are running, so 40 minutes time is minimum required. Now my T3 is pending once again. So you have to run once again 40 minutes separately for T3 only. So total it takes 80 minutes. So for releasing my report, the lab will take minimum to minimum 80 minutes plus minus 5, 10, 20, half an hour, whatever is required for processing the sample and all those. So that timing is quite big for a lab or for a clinic where the patient is waiting outside and doctor is inside, and doctor has to give the report to the patient and give the medicine to the patient, and patient will go back to their home. So for such scenarios, this instrument will be much beneficial than our instrument. So another thing is that in Minividas, as it is a little bit older fashioned instrument, though it's a great analyzer, as I'm telling, they are the market pioneer. They created this market. We have full regards to bioMedio. What do you say that PCT and cardiac troponin I, that is HS troponin I, CKMB myoglobin, it needs serum. Whereas in our ACCRE 8, it can be done with, it can be done with whole blood. So that's a big benefit, because a patient is coming to emergency area where he has a sepsis shock or cardiac heart attack or cardiac difficulties, where the immediate treatment has to be done. They are waiting for centrifugation for another 10 to 15 minutes is a wastage of time and it can be a threat of patient life. Whereas if you can run with the whole blood, the scenario becomes different. You just simply earn 15 minutes, and our assay of troponin I, it takes only 15 minutes. So there also the test timing is low. So that also it helps. Another point, our all parameters takes only 75 microliter of serum or whole blood. Whereas in MiniVidas, many parameters like say for example troponin I, CKMB, TSH, TSH and T4 all takes 200 microliter of serum and 100 microliter for T3, FT3, FT4. So once a patient, they want to do multiple tests, having, if it is 200 microliter, you can do only 5 tests in 200 microliter serum. That is a problem for the lab person also to get so much of serum every time, because sometimes samples comes from outside. So they cannot get the sample once again. So these type of problems can be avoided while they are using ACCRE 8. So this is what is the benefit for ACCRE 8 over MiniVidas. And regarding AIA 360, the comparison is here. Again, you can take a screenshot and study it, or we can share the PPT. The most important part is that you cannot do, even in MiniVidas also, you cannot do vitamin B12. That's a big problem. Vitamin B12, folate, vitamin D, these are not available in AIA 360. I think they have launched vitamin D now, but that's very complicated, very comprehensive process, not an easy process, right? So this type of problems are there. And again, the the troponin I, HS troponin I, D-dimer, PCT and AMH were not there, but recently they are adding up one by one problems within that, right? So the calibration frequency is less in AIA 360, but the problem is that you have to do multi-point calibration, 6-point calibration with 3 times repeat. So around 18 tests. They have a smaller pack size of 20 tests, but again, 18 tests is used for calibration. Only 2 tests is for test. It's not possible as a real protocol. So these are the problems. So AIA 360, the problem is cost of ownership of the machine. Though the machine is extremely good from Tosho, but the cost of ownership of the instrument is very high, and sometimes it is painful for the user to handle such situation. So that's what it is, the benefit of ACCRE 8. It gives you, being a modern analyzer, certain benefits are there which will help you to get the things done in a better way. Now, then the last slide, almost the target segment. The target segment, you are all veteran in this. No need to teach you about this. You all know very well. We can promote this product in fertility centers. We have sold several machines, and the number of machines we sold, all the machines are sold in fertility centers. That's a very surprising thing. So you can utilize this theory, and in your areas, there are gynec doctors who will be loving to have such instrument in their small small clinic or small lab associated with their clinics. Blood banks, not at this moment, but in future. Gynecology center, of course, as I said. Then medium-sized laboratories and hospital, of course, you can try, because of individual labs are having, and they have a lesser workload, as I said, around maximum 15 to 20 tests per day of mixed samples. If someone is having too much thyroid, they will not go for our machine. They will go for Maglumi. Maglumi offers them better. So why they will go for our machine? Because our machine CPRT will be higher than Maglumi much. So that's what they may not be ready. But mix-up test, a lot of vitamin D, a lot of PCT, some troponin I's, a few thyroids. Of course, they will love to go for our instrument. Then cardiac and specialty clinic, they will like because of HS troponin I and the benefit of performing the troponin I and CKMB myoglobin in serum. That's a big benefit. You can do PCT also. So cardiac and specialty clinic will love to have this machine, and physician laboratories. Another big place where I have not written here is backup machine for a big analyzers. In big analyzers, though they may have Maglumi, may have Siemens, may have Abbott, but for vitamin D, vitamin B12, as the workload is not very, very high, what happens? They cannot buy the kit and keep, because the normal CLIA, the open vial stability is 30 days or 45 days. After 45 days, they have to throw the kit. They cannot do it once again, right? So for such cases, they can go for a backup machine for vitamin B12, vitamin D, PCT. For such parameters where the workload is not so much, they can take a backup machine for ACCRE. That can be a beautiful place to work because they are generally high workload customers. Please keep yourself open to get certain information like that. If you feel that you can handle the deal, please handle it. If you feel you need technical supports, technical aids from our field team, they can give the first level help to you. If they are not good enough to help technically, then their managers can do. If even they are not good enough to help technically, we have product specialized team, product managers who are responsible for specifically this product. Mr. Dinesh is there with us. So, and Sikishna is also, of course, there with us to give the backup. And our service team is there. They can visit your customer from product management team. They can meet the customer. They can explain the features, benefits, and which can be helped at last to you for closing the order in a reasonably good price with a good profit for yourself. That is what I would like to say. Thank you so much for your attention. I'll not take much time. If you see, in there is a feedback form in the chat box. Can you please open the feedback form in the chat box and give your feedback? Please write whatever you want to know, whatever comes in your mind. Please feel free to write your suggestions. We would like to see it properly. We would like to go through each suggestions. We would like to try to implement our level base into our abilities. Now, presentation is over. I would open up the meeting for your questions. You must have some questions from your side. So for the time being, I'll stop sharing the slide and opening the meeting. Just a minute. Yeah, so many of you are maybe interested to know the price. Regarding price, what I'll say, it's a very open platform, right? It is not very right to discuss over here. Our teammates, they will go there. You just talk to all our field staff who is responsible for there. They will go, they will tell you the price for all parameters, all the products, no problem. We have to tell the price. Without price, we cannot move forward, of course, right? Now I'm opening the meeting for all of you. Anyone can unmute yourself and ask the question. We'll try to answer your question, please. Can you please ask the question?
Sir, what is the exact calibration stability?
Yeah, right question. Actually, the calibration stability as per the manufacturer protocol, it is 28 days. But for some parameters, it is more than 28 days. We have seen it is possible. What we have found even 3 months also. Even there is no problem in performing the test once again. We can do certain activities through which we can skip the calibrations. Always not recommended. If the workload is very low, we'll look into it and do it. Have I answered your question, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the normal ranges compared to the competition?
Normal ranges of?
For all the parameters.
I mean, normal ranges is.
Did any difference between the competitors' normal range and this instrument?
Normal range is, you are saying reference range, right?
Yeah.
No, we did not find as of now. We found all are same, but see, we are also new in CLIA, right? We are promoting it. We are also learning. If we find, we have to see it. But till now, as of all the parameters we have launched, there is no difference in the reference.
Actually, there is a unique conversion is available. So we can select when we are giving the results according to the lab. If they want to compare with any competitor instrument, like nanomole per liter to microgram per DL, some conversions is possible.
Okay.
Okay. So any further question?
Sir, this uniform SST.
Yes, sir. Tell me.
What is the linear range for beta HCG?
That I have to check immediately. I am not remembering. Just if you give me a minute. because I'm not so sure immediately. This is a very
Okay, no issue.
question actually.
Because it is very important to convince this
I'll tell you.
gynecologist.
Just a minute. My colleague is seeing it. I have to open the thing and see it. Because these are very typical, kit-wise information. Sometimes remembering is difficult for us also. Just a minute. They will. In the meantime, any other questions? Sensitivity and
Hello,
specificity.
sir.
Yeah. Tell me.
As you said that T3, T4, TSH, it will be take 25 minutes for six channel machine, no?
Right.
For as usual, for another example, now beta SCG wait a minute. This
Yeah.
one,
Beta is 15 minutes.
yeah, we can run it 15 minutes parameter randomly, no?
Not all 15 minutes parameter you can run together. See, actually beta ECG and few other parameters you can run together. But AMH, prolactin and all those are also 15 minutes, but you cannot run with beta ECG. You have to run it separate. But the
Okay.
timing is 15 minutes only.
We cannot shuffle it, no?
But say for example, beta ECG for patient 1, patient 2, patient 3, patient 4, patient 5, patient 6, you can run together. Okay.
Okay.
But for patient 1, AMH is also required. You cannot run.